Understanding your worth. Understanding your worth is the first step in truly valuing yourself and stepping into a life of purpose, confidence, and spiritual alignment. Too often, we live in a world where external validation becomes the measure of our value. We compare ourselves to others, seek approval from people who may not even have our best interests at heart, and overlook the intrinsic power and beauty within ourselves. Spiritual awakening begins when you realize that your worth is not something that can be earned or measured by anyone else. It is inherent, unchanging, and divine. You exist for a reason, and your life carries a significance that only you can fulfill. Recognizing this truth is liberating because it allows you to stop living for others and start living for yourself, in alignment with your true purpose. When you embrace your worth, you begin to see yourself through the eyes of your soul, rather than through the judgments of the world. Every experience, every talent, and every choice you make contributes to your unique path. You are not here to fit into someone else's mold or meet someone else's expectations. Instead, you are here to cultivate your gifts, nurture your growth, and shine your light fully. Affirmations can be a powerful tool in this process. By consistently telling yourself, "I am enough, I am worthy, and I deserve the best," you begin to rewire your mind and heart to internalize these truths. Over time, these affirmations become a reflection of your reality, influencing your thoughts, actions, and the way you allow others to treat you. Understanding your worth also means acknowledging and celebrating your accomplishments, no matter how small. Many people undervalue themselves because they focus on perceived shortcomings rather than appreciating their achievements and strengths. Spiritual awakening teaches that every step forward, every lesson learned, and every moment of courage adds to your value. When you take the time to recognize your growth, you cultivate self-respect and deepen your connection with your own power. This awareness allows you to set standards for yourself and others, ensuring that your energy is honored and your peace is protected. Moreover, understanding your worth empowers you to make choices that align with your highest self. When you know your value, you stop tolerating situations, people, or behaviors that diminish your energy or compromise your integrity. You begin to attract opportunities, relationships, and experiences that resonate with your true essence. Spiritual awakening emphasizes that valuing yourself is not about arrogance or self-centeredness. It is about aligning with the divine truth of who you are and living authentically in every moment. Ultimately, understanding your worth is about seeing yourself as a unique, sacred being whose presence matters. It is about embracing your individuality, honoring your journey, and recognizing that your life has purpose and meaning. When you truly internalize this, you no longer look for external validation. You become a source of your own strength, confidence, and fulfillment. This is the foundation for spiritual growth, personal empowerment, and a life lived with intention, clarity, and peace. Letting go of toxic influences. Valuing yourself begins with creating space for positivity, growth, and spiritual alignment. One of the most powerful steps in this journey is letting go of toxic influences. People, habits, and environments that drain your energy, undermine your confidence, or keep you from fully stepping into your power. Spiritual awakening teaches that negativity can accumulate slowly, often disguised as obligations, attachments, or relationships that we feel obligated to maintain. These influences can subtly shape your thoughts, emotions, and decisions, leaving you feeling depleted, confused, or disconnected from your true self. Letting go is not just an act of self-preservation. It is an act of courage, self-love, and spiritual empowerment. Toxic influences can take many forms. They can be individuals who constantly criticize, manipulate, or belittle you. They can be environments that foster stress, anxiety, or negativity. They can even be old patterns of thought or habits that keep you trapped in cycles of self-doubt or fear. Spiritual awakening emphasizes the importance of awareness, recognizing the sources of negativity in your life and understanding how they affect your energy, mindset, and spiritual growth. Once you acknowledge their presence, you gain the power to release them and reclaim your inner peace. Letting go requires intention and clarity. Simply avoiding or ignoring toxic influences may not be enough. You must consciously decide to release them from your life. Affirmations can be a transformative tool during this process. Repeating statements like, "I release negativity and welcome peace, love, and abundance into my life," helps you reprogram your mind and align your energy with what truly serves your growth. Each time you let go, you are making a statement to the universe and to yourself that your energy, your peace, and your spirit, all growth are more important than anything or anyone that diminishes them. It is also important to remember that letting go does not always mean confrontation or conflict. Often, it is a quiet, intentional act of detachment. It is choosing to step back from relationships or situations that no longer serve your highest good. By doing so, you make room for positivity, clarity, and opportunities that align with your purpose. Spiritual awakening teaches that what is meant for you will flow naturally, and by removing obstacles created by toxic influences, you allow life to move in harmony with your growth and divine alignment. Finally, letting go strengthens your sense of self-worth and confidence. When you stop tolerating negativity, you are sending a powerful message that you respect your energy, honor your journey, and prioritize your well-being. This creates a foundation for deeper spiritual connection, personal growth, and inner peace. Over time, you begin to notice that your relationships improve, your mindset becomes clearer, and your life aligns more closely with your purpose. Letting go of toxic influences is not a one-time act. It is a continual practice of awareness, intention, and spiritual discipline. Every time you release what no longer serves you, you are reclaiming your power, valuing yourself, and creating a life filled with positivity, growth, and divine alignment. This is the essential step that allows you to focus fully on yourself and step into your highest potential. Prioritizing your energy. Your energy is one of the most valuable resources you have, yet it is often overlooked in the busyness of life. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, and every interaction you engage in either strengthens or depletes your energy. Spiritual awakening teaches that prioritizing your energy is essential for self-value, personal growth, and inner peace. When you focus on yourself and protect your energy, you are not being selfish. You are creating the conditions necessary for a life of clarity, purpose, and alignment with your highest self. To prioritize your energy, start by becoming aware of how it flows throughout your day. Notice the moments when you feel uplifted, energized, and inspired, and contrast them with times when you feel drained, anxious, or frustrated. Often, negative energy comes from sources outside of you. People who complain constantly, environments that feel chaotic, or situations that demand more than you can give. But sometimes the drain comes from within, from habits, thoughts, or beliefs that keep you trapped in worry, doubt, or fear. Spiritual practice emphasizes that your awareness is the first step toward reclaiming your energy and directing it where it truly matters. Once you recognize where your energy is being spent, you can consciously decide how to allocate it. Focusing on yourself means choosing to invest your time, attention, and emotions in activities, relationships, and goals that uplift and empower you. Affirm: I prioritize my peace, my growth, and my happiness above all else. This simple declaration reminds you daily that your energy is precious and should not be wasted on negativity or distractions. By consistently reinforcing this mindset, you naturally cultivate boundaries that protect your well-being and maintain your spiritual alignment. Prioritizing your energy also requires letting go of guilt or obligation. Too often, we give our energy away because we feel compelled to meet the expectations of others or maintain appearances. Spiritual awakening teaches that your primary responsibility is to yourself. When you focus on preserving your energy, you create a strong foundation from which you can give genuinely without depleting yourself. Your presence becomes powerful because it is rooted in balance, clarity, and self-respect. Furthermore, Protecting and prioritizing your energy opens the door to higher vibrations. When your energy is focused and intact, you attract positivity, abundance, and divine guidance more easily. People and situations that resonate with your highest self are drawn to you naturally, while negativity and chaos are repelled. This is not magic. It is the natural law of energy alignment. The more intentional you are about where your energy flows, the more your life reflects peace, growth, and spiritual harmony. Ultimately, prioritizing your energy is a daily practice of self-love, awareness, and conscious choice. It requires mindfulness, courage, and a commitment to honoring your inner self above all else. By valuing your energy and directing it wisely, you empower yourself to live fully, act with clarity, and align with your highest potential. Focusing on your energy is not just a practice. It is a declaration of your worth and a key step in embracing the life you deserve. Embracing solitude and reflection. In today's fast-paced world, solitude is often misunderstood as loneliness or weakness, but spiritual awakening teaches that it is a powerful tool for growth, clarity, and self-discovery. Embracing solitude allows you to step away from the constant noise, distractions, and demands of life and reconnect with your inner self. It is in these quiet moments that you gain perspective, understand your true desires, and realign with your purpose. By valuing your own company, you create space to listen to your intuition, nurture your spiritual connection, and cultivate the clarity necessary for making intentional life choices. Solitude provides a safe environment for reflection, which is essential for personal growth. In the quiet, away from the influence of others, you can evaluate your life, identify patterns, and understand what truly serves your highest good. Reflecting on your experiences allows you to learn from past mistakes, acknowledge your strengths, and make decisions that honor your true self. Affirm: I embrace solitude as a path to clarity, growth, and empowerment. This affirmation helps you approach alone time with intention, transforming it into a sacred opportunity for self-awareness and spiritual development. When you embrace solitude, you also strengthen your sense of independence and self-reliance. Spiritual awakening emphasizes that relying solely on external validation can limit your potential and create unnecessary dependency. By spending time alone, you cultivate confidence in your own decisions, trust in your intuition, and the ability to navigate life's challenges with resilience. Solitude is not about isolation, it is about empowerment, allowing you to step into your own power and recognize that you have everything you need within yourself. Reflection. During solitude helps you align your actions with your values and intentions. Often, we move through life reacting to circumstances or the expectations of others, rather than intentionally creating the life we desire. Taking time for quiet contemplation allows you to reconnect with your goals, clarify your priorities, and focus on what truly matters. This alignment ensures that your energy, thoughts, and actions are directed toward your highest potential, rather than being scattered or wasted on things that do not serve you. Moreover, solitude enhances your spiritual connection. Whether through prayer, meditation, or simply being present with your thoughts, spending time alone nurtures your relationship with God, the universe, or your higher self. In these moments, you can receive guidance, insights, and inspiration that may not be accessible in the busyness of everyday life. Solitude becomes a sacred practice, a time when divine wisdom can flow freely and your path becomes clearer. Ultimately, embracing solitude and reflection is a commitment to valuing yourself and your inner world. It is an acknowledgement that your growth, peace, and spiritual alignment are priorities. By regularly dedicating time to be alone with your thoughts, emotions, and spiritual practices, you strengthen your self-awareness, cultivate clarity, and empower yourself to make choices that honor your true self. Solitude is not emptiness, it is fullness, a sacred space where you can recharge, reconnect, and step into your highest potential with confidence and purpose. Setting boundaries and saying no. Valuing yourself requires learning to protect your energy, time, and emotional well-being. And one of the most powerful ways to do that is by setting boundaries. Boundaries are not walls meant to isolate you. They are lines of protection that define what you will accept and what you will not. Spiritual awakening teaches that boundaries are essential for maintaining inner peace, personal integrity, and alignment with your higher self. Without them, you risk giving away your energy to people, situations, or habits that drain you and prevent you from fully stepping into your potential. Setting boundaries begins with self-awareness. You must first recognize what affects your energy negatively or compromises your peace. It could be a demanding relationship, a toxic friend, a stressful job, or even habits that pull you away from your spiritual or personal growth. Once you identify these influences, you can clearly define your limits and make conscious choices to protect your well-being. Affirm, I honor my boundaries and protect my peace without guilt or apology. This affirmation reinforces your commitment to yourself and reminds you that prioritizing your needs is not selfish. It is necessary for your growth and happiness. Saying no is a natural extension of setting boundaries. Many people struggle with this because they fear disappointing others, facing conflict, or appearing selfish. Spiritual awakening teaches that saying no is a courageous act of self-respect. Each time you decline what does not serve your highest good, you are reclaiming your energy and affirming your value. Saying no is not about rejecting people. It is about choosing yourself and honoring the path you are meant to walk. By doing so, you create space for opportunities, relationships, and experiences that align with your purpose and elevate your life. Boundaries also enhance your relationships. When you clearly communicate your limits, others understand how to treat you, which fosters respect, balance, and mutual growth. Healthy boundaries encourage authenticity because you are no longer compromising your values or allowing others to dictate your energy. Spiritual awakening emphasizes that relationships thrive when both parties honor their own needs and respect each other's space. This principle applies not only to romantic or social relationships, but also to work environments, family dynamics, and community interactions. Setting boundaries requires consistency and courage. It may feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you are used to putting others' needs above your own. However, with practice, it becomes a natural expression of self-love and personal power. Each boundary you set strengthens your confidence, deepens your spiritual alignment, and reinforces the truth that your peace, growth, and well-being are priorities. Over time, you notice a transformation in your life. Clarity replaces confusion, respect replaces manipulation, and your energy flows toward what truly matters. Ultimately, boundaries and the ability to say no are essential tools for self-value, spiritual growth, and inner peace. They allow you to create a life aligned with your purpose, protect your energy, and cultivate relationships and experiences that uplift and empower you. By embracing this practice, you send a clear message to the world that you respect yourself, honor your journey, and are committed to living a life that reflects your true worth. Focusing on personal growth and purpose. Focusing on yourself means committing to your personal growth, development, and higher purpose. Spiritual awakening teaches that each person has a unique journey, and every challenge, setback, or experience is an opportunity to learn, evolve, and align more deeply with your true self. When you focus on your growth, you are investing in the most important relationship in your life, the one you have with yourself. This investment pays dividends in every area of your life: mental clarity, emotional strength, spiritual alignment, and the ability to attract abundance, opportunities, and meaningful connections. Personal growth begins with self-awareness. You must understand your strengths, weaknesses, desires, and fears. Reflection, meditation, journaling, and mindfulness are essential tools that allow you to evaluate your life honestly. By identifying areas that need improvement, you gain clarity on the steps necessary to elevate yourself and your circumstances. Spiritual awakening emphasizes that true growth is not about perfection. It is about progress, intentionality, and aligning your actions with your higher purpose. Affirm, I focus on my growth, my purpose, and my highest self, and I attract blessings, opportunities, and abundance into my life. This affirmation reminds you daily that every effort you make to improve yourself brings you closer to the life you deserve. Focusing on your purpose means understanding why you are here and what unique contributions you can offer to the world. Many people live distracted lives, chasing goals that do not resonate with their soul or seeking validation from others. Spiritual awakening teaches that purpose is discovered when you quiet the noise, reflect deeply, and listen to your inner guidance. Once you identify your purpose, every decision, action, and thought becomes aligned, allowing you to live a life of fulfillment, clarity, and impact. Pursuing your purpose is not always easy. It requires dedication, discipline, and the courage to make choices that honor your highest self. Challenges and setbacks are an inevitable part of growth, but they are also powerful teachers. Every obstacle you encounter is an opportunity to strengthen your resilience, expand your wisdom, and deepen your understanding of life. When you focus on growth and purpose, difficulties are no longer seen as failures, but as stepping stones toward your highest potential. Spiritual awakening teaches that perseverance, patience, and faith in yourself and in God are essential to navigating these experiences. By embracing challenges with intention and perspective, you transform them into catalysts for personal and spiritual evolution. Focusing on growth also encourages continuous learning and self-improvement. Whether through education, spiritual practice, mentorship, or skill development, dedicating yourself to growth ensures that you are constantly evolving into a stronger, wiser, and more capable version of yourself. This not only benefits your personal life, but also empowers you to contribute positively to the lives of others and the world around you. Ultimately, focusing on your personal growth and purpose is a conscious choice to honor your life, your journey, and your spiritual alignment. It is an acknowledgement that your time, energy, and potential are precious and must be cultivated with intention. By dedicating yourself to growth and purpose, you step fully into your power, attract abundance, and live a life of clarity, fulfillment, and spiritual harmony. Your journey becomes a reflection of the value you place on yourself, and as you grow, you naturally inspire and elevate those around you. As we reach the conclusion of this journey, it is essential to understand that valuing yourself is not a one-time decision. It is a lifestyle, a mindset, and a spiritual practice. Every step we have discussed, from understanding your worth to letting go of toxic influences, prioritizing your energy, embracing solitude, setting boundaries, and focusing on personal growth, is a powerful reminder that your life is yours to shape. Spiritual awakening teaches that when you focus on yourself with intention, you align with your higher self, allowing your life to flow in harmony with your purpose, your passions, and the divine order of the universe. Recognizing your worth is the foundation of everything. You are not defined by the opinions of others, the judgments of society, or the mistakes of your past. Your value is inherent, sacred, and unchanging. By affirming this truth daily, you strengthen your confidence and cultivate a sense of self-respect that cannot be shaken. This awareness allows you to make decisions from a place of power rather than fear, giving you the freedom to live authentically and unapologetically. Letting go of toxic influences is the next step toward reclaiming your energy and peace. The people, situations, and habits that no longer serve your growth can drain your spirit and cloud your clarity. By releasing them consciously, you create space for positivity, abundance, and opportunities that align with your higher purpose. This act of letting go is not an act of surrender, but a courageous affirmation of your worth, a statement that your peace and personal growth are non-negotiable. Prioritizing your energy is an essential practice in maintaining balance and focus. Your energy is finite, precious, and transformative. When you direct it toward your growth, your dreams, and your highest self, you cultivate resilience, clarity, and strength. By consciously protecting your energy and aligning it with your purpose, you attract experiences and people that resonate with your vibration while naturally repelling negativity. Embracing solitude and reflection allows you to connect deeply with your inner self. In these quiet moments, away from external distractions, you gain insight into your desires, your purpose, and your spiritual path. Solitude is not isolation, it is empowerment. Through reflection, meditation, and mindful presence, you tap into your intuition, receive guidance, and strengthen your spiritual connection, allowing you to navigate life with clarity and confidence. Setting boundaries and learning to say no solidifies your self-respect. Boundaries are declarations of your value. They protect your energy and maintain your peace. Saying no is not selfish. It is an act of courage, prioritizing your well-being and ensuring that your life is aligned with your purpose. When you honor your boundaries, you invite respect, balance, and authentic relationships into your life. Finally, focusing on personal growth and purpose ensures that your life is directed toward fulfillment, impact, and spiritual alignment. Every challenge is an opportunity to evolve. Every decision, a step toward your highest potential. By committing to growth, continuous learning, and living intentionally, you attract abundance, inspiration, and divine guidance, transforming your life into a reflection of your true value. In conclusion, embracing your worth, protecting your energy, and committing to growth is the ultimate act of self-love. Your journey is sacred, and your life reflects the value you place on yourself. When you focus on yourself with intention, clarity, and courage, you step into your highest potential, align with your purpose, and create a life filled with peace, abundance, and fulfillment. Remember, you are worthy, you are powerful, and you have the ability to transform your life from this moment forward.